If I had to say one thing before you click away, it would be... This has been my first venture into the Ryan Holiday bookverse. And like, I had a good time, but I've received some feedback that certain people just don't like Ryan Holiday, like he bugs them. And you know, I could get it. Like, I think he's smart, but he kind of has one of those faces where like, he thinks he's smart or he knows he's smart and like, he's probably smarter than you are. But like, also, he knows he's probably smarter than you are. I don't know why that's the thing that I wanted to say first thing, but it's been said, so let's get into the video. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ariel, and today we are talking about the obstacle is the way. The timeless art of turning turning trials into triumphs by Ryan Holiday. So for the last 4 weeks, we've been reading this book on the book club over on Substack. I will link in the description if you guys are interested in that. And today I'm offering up my final review. So the thing is, we've been doing this for 4 weeks now. We've been going through this book, and the whole point of the book club, the whole reason like we created the book club, is because when it comes to self-help books specifically, self-help books need to be experienced over time. They need to be integrated. You need to have a relationship with them. And I think I'm going to actually make another video about this. It's really important to interact with a self-help book. Don't just read it. Because there is so much you can get from one of these things, but if you're not going through it with the right strategy of having a relationship, being in relationship with the book, relationship is give and take, okay? You've got to give if you're going to take, they've got to give if you blah, blah, yeah. Get what I'm saying here? Relationship? Yeah. These kinds of books need to have a relationship strategy applied to them. So our book club, we go through a section a week, and it's pretty different because you're not actually going to meetings. It's a guided book club. So every week you're going to get a video about the section of the week and some exercises to help you really work through it. It just sets a totally different tone than just reading the book on your own and trying to work through it. Now, I picked this book because honestly, I needed it. I needed this book. I had just started taking a really difficult class, and I remember I thought this class was going to be a breeze. Like, I thought I was totally qualified. I was going to have no problems, you know, no big deal. Ooh, I was so wrong. It was just a mess. I left the first class totally defeated. It wasn't easy like I expected it to be. It wasn't as simple as I thought it was going to be. And I didn't know what I was going to do. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to survive the next 6 weeks. I'm so deflated. And this little dude was sitting on my dining room table when I came home. Somebody in the house was reading it, but I went, I need this. And I thought, why not? Because I've got to go through it. We'll go through it in the book club. And it really worked. It helped me turn a lot of things around. It helped me right the ship. So I would say, for me, it was a valuable read. Now, if I needed to wrap the book up in a nice little package, tell you what it's about, I would say Ryan Holiday's formula is kind of a three-part, he lays out a three-part formula. First section is all about your perception. How do you see the obstacle in front of you? What is your mental reference? You know, how are you viewing what is going on? Is your mindset in the right place? The second section is the action section. Now, he says it's about taking correct action. By golly, do I hate the word correct, but it's just the semantics of the word correct. How do you know what correct is? How do you know the action you're taking is correct? I think he gives you some borders, some bumpers you can kind of work against. Like, correct action is thoughtful action. It's not just throwing yourself in all different directions. It's thinking about what you're going to do, creating a strategy for what you're going to do. I would say actually the action section is almost a compilation of, here are all the actions Ryan Holiday thinks would be right to take. See which one hits for you, you know? The third section is the will section, and I like the way he puts it. Perception is the realm of the mind, action is the realm of the body, will is the realm of the soul. And yeah, it's a little new agey, it's a little fluffy, but he's not incorrect. I actually think perception and will are kind of two sides of the coin. Perception is where it's what's your mindset before you get into it. Will is what's your mindset now that you're in it. And how do you keep yourself in forward motion? So how do you keep yourself moving forward through what's going on? Now that you've taken action, you've got to keep your mind right. You've got to keep your dedication in place. You've got to keep your determination in place. Are you going to give up or are you not? And that takes an inner willpower that I can see is kind of like it's a soul choice. Man, I really don't know if that's my favorite way to put it, but I liked it when he said it. So maybe it's just because I'm talking to you guys. I don't know. Maybe you make me nervous. So yeah, I got a lot out of this book. I think, like I said at the beginning, I think you have to kind of be down with Ryan Holiday and the way he talks to you, because this is definitely a more, this might not be everybody's favorite word, a more masculine read. So it's pretty assertive. It's kind of aggressive sometimes. There are times where he's like trying to he's telling you what to do, and then he's like, and I know you're not doing it, kind of like a coach who's kind of yelling in your face. I think sometimes Ryan Holiday does that. If you aren't available for that kind of energy, if that's not how you like to be talked to or taught, I think you'll struggle with this book. But if you want somebody who's kind of gonna go with a more no nonsense, lots of stories about like great men in history, then I think this could really be useful. It's a short read, first of all. Like I have my little paper clips where I have little annotations, but it would be even smaller. Like let's compress it. There you go. It's a small guy. Like I think the audiobook is only 3 hours, which is nothing. I went through a fiction book the other day and it was like 10. So it's really, in my opinion, it's an easy read, it's a quick read, and I think it's worth owning because just for the action section, there we go. It's worth owning just to have the section on action where if you're like facing an obstacle, you can go through it and kind of say, what in all of these different actions he's giving as examples, which one could I take? And it's good to just keep a baseline. You might want to read it once every 2 years or something to say, where am I at? Or use the perception, action, will 3-step to gauge an obstacle in front of you. You've got an obstacle in front of you, say, okay, how's my perception? Where am I at with action? Where am I at with will? Maybe my perception's fine, but my action's a little off and I need to like rethink. I think it gives a good basic assessment for how to behave. Behave felt like a weird word, but how to move forward when something gets in your way. I am pretty curious to read other Ryan Holiday's. Ego is the Enemy is the natural people recommended. Maybe read a book on Stoicism. I actually kind of want to read his first book, Trust Me, I'm Lying, purely because it looks so different than the other books. Like there is something real cocky about Trust Me, I'm Lying, and there's something real cocky about Ryan Holiday. I mean, I don't think he's going to get mad at me for saying that. Like you can't get to that level of social influence and not be a little cocky. But even that first book, Trust Me, I'm Lying, I'm like, dude knows things we don't know and is kind of laughing at us about it. That's the vibe I got from the cover. Could be wrong. So I'm thinking about reading that. Probably not going to do it in the book club because I don't want to just make it a Ryan Holiday book club. I think the next book that we're going to be doing is Essentialism. Depending on when you're coming in on this, we might be somewhere completely different. And also, if you are interested in the book club, all the links are down in the description. It's a really nice experience to it's like you're not required to show up and talk to anybody, but you are going through it with the group. There's the comment section and there's the guided videos with the exercise. It's really nice. I'm a big fan, and so yeah, just shameless plug that I guess has a little shame because apparently I'm petering out on talking about it. It's still new. I'm still getting used to talking to people about it, but it's one of my favorite parts of the week. Anyway, that is Obstacle is the Way. We go through all the sections in the videos. You can find those on Substack. But overall, what I wanted to say was that I think this is a good resource. I think it's a good book. I think it's useful. If you can jam with his tone of voice, it works, you know? I think you can get a lot out of it, and it's pretty easy. It's not dense, and he's not all over the place. The action section's a little all over the place in terms of you could do this, and you could do that, and you could do this, and you could do that. And it's like, okay, I like to be a little more guided than he gives. I would prefer if he gave a little bit more clear instruction, but I think his base premise is very clear: perception, action, will. Once you can wrap your brain around that, you've wrapped your brain around the book. And so, not a difficult read. Pretty quick, worth having on this bookshelf in my opinion. I would give it to people if their personality fit it. Depending on what you guys think. What sentence was that? Let me know what you guys think. Leave it in the comments. I'd love to hear other people's opinions. And yeah, I think that's it for now. Next book club starts in 2 weeks from the day this is posted. That's great. Taking a week off to just breathe. And yeah, groovy tunes. All right, guys, if I don't see you in the comments, I'll see you in another video. I hope you're having a good day. And if it's not a good day, I hope it is good enough. Take care. By the way, pick another video. There's options. Watch something else. I wonder if I have any other book reviews. Maybe I'll have a new video out that will fit with this. That would be cool. Wouldn't that be nice if I gave you guys something to watch? How productive of a creator am I? Okay, Ariel, shut it down.